warming up to a high of 59 degrees on the weekend after Thanksgiving. Unbelievable. Welcome back to American Morning on this Friday. It's 38 minutes after the hour, and it's a whole new take on small business. A man found a way to make a little extra money in a shaky economy by renting out just about everything in his life, and we mean everything. Joining us from San Francisco this morning is Rob Baedecker, who documents his experience in this week's issue of Newsweek, where he's a contributing writer. So you did this for this story, but how'd you come up with the idea, Rob?
Well, I'd seen this going on, sites like Airbnb that allow you to rent out your extra bed to people over the internet have been around for a little while, and I knew it was going on. I'd never done it personally, so I decided, why not do it full on and take 2 weeks and really try to make some money and rent out anything I could.
All right, and you did make money, so let's look at the first thing you rented, your old camping trailer. You got $45 a night for it. How'd that go?
It went great. I have to tell you, I was a little nervous about opening up our home and our camping trailer to complete strangers. I sat down and asked my wife, is this going to be okay? And, we were a little skeptical. And not only letting people stay with us, but giving someone our key literally to a house that we'd never met. My daughter was very excited about it. It's hard to explain the concept to a 4-year-old of renting your house out to strangers, but she got into it.
Well, we want to talk about your daughter in just a second, because we want to talk about some of the other things you rented. Your car, that could be had for $150 a week. There's your old guitar, $50 a month for that. And Rob, you went after your 4-year-old daughter's bike for $5 a day. Was it really worth it? How'd that go over with her?
Well, she's 4, so her attention can be diverted really easily. We discussed it, and I think she came around to it. We got a little extra cash, and we could use that to buy balloons or something.
Okay, there you go.
Sort of
okay.
a wash.
So you're going to let her use the money. That's fair. All right, here's the one. Here's the one that really got us. You rented your dog. Now, why in the world would you rent? Why in the world would you rent that cute dog?
Why in the world would I do that? Good question, Alina. I realized, our dog, she's been a great, loyal member of the family, but she hasn't been pitching in, financially, right? So I thought it was time to make Clementine, sort of pay her fair share. And, she's lazing around most of the day, sleeping on her bed. And it turns out there are people who love dogs, who aren't able to have one in their apartment. I found exactly such a person by putting an ad on Craigslist, and I met up with her and let her play with Clemmy for an hour, and she paid me $3. So it was sort of a win-win situation. I got paid to have someone exercise my dog.
Right, so it's like babysitting kids. You have them for a while, then you give it back to the owner. Your daughter's bike, you also rented your electric sander, your deck. So you did this for 2 weeks. How much did you make in the end?
In the end, I made $654.85.
Wow. All right, that's a little less than I thought, to be honest. I thought you would have made a little bit more, but I mean, not bad.
Well, I was impressed. It didn't take too much work.
It'll go toward a holiday shopping, hopefully. This was obviously an experiment for you. So, what was the takeaway from all of this?
There were a couple. As I said, was pretty skeptical about giving my things out to strangers. A woman rented my electric sander, and she seemed nice, but for all I knew, she could have been the serial sander snatcher of San Francisco, or who knows what you're going to get. So my faith in humanity was restored a little bit by the people I met. We don't meet our neighbors as much these days as we might have in the past, and we're online a lot, and we have social networks, but we tend to not meet people in real life in the same kinds of ways. So that was one. And the other was that we all have a lot of stuff that's sitting around not being used, and it can be
don't need to tell me.
Make a little cash. That's right. Everybody can look in their basement and find things that might be a new revenue stream.
And as a journalist, I'm happy to report that you got a story out of it too in the next issue of Newsweek. Rob Baedecker, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
He's famous.
Yeah, and he got it all back, and he made $670-some-odd, so
I can't beat that. Morning headlines coming your way next. Plus, ever dream of traveling the world? Up
Very
next,
nice.